No, because the red light's on, which means it's recording.
Hello, everybody.
Oh, everybody!
Time for the party.
It's Craig.
And this is Dan.
And we're going to actually start off by telling you what we're eating. This is a good idea by Dan, so you don't have to ask. Actually, we're not even eating anything weird this week. We're eating like standard fare.
I am eating a cold cut sub grinder, whatever the hell you want to call it, with lettuce, onions, peppers,
Onions with no G.
American cheese, hot.
And I'm eating a calzone.
Well, that looks pretty good.
It does look pretty good. Steak and cheese calzone. Lots of cheese.
Mm-hmm. Word. Okay. Craig, what have you been playing? What have you been thinking?
I've been playing Deus Ex all week. Except for last night. Playing some random classic games too. The games that I picked up in my other video, it's in the sidebar. Should be in the sidebar. That's about it. Just classic games and Deus Ex. Deus Ex is really good. It's gonna take me a little while longer to do the review for it, but what I've been thinking? Oh, what I've been thinking. Did you watch that Final Fantasy 13-2 trailer that I put up from PAX? They put up they showed off a new Final Fantasy 13-2 trailer at PAX because PAX Prime is going on right now, and all I can think about is who the fuck was Square when we were at PAX? All they did was Deus Ex. I'm saying that so people don't think I'm saying gay as sex, and I'm not. But yeah, that's what I've been thinking. PAX East needs to be a little bigger next year, apparently. Apparently it's huge over at PAX Prime. What about you? What have you been playing? What are you thinking? Besides losing power.
I lost power. My computer's dead, so first off I want to apologize to anybody who's been following me on YouTube, because I haven't been able to post anything. I've had How to Get Better at Street Fighter Part 2 done for like a week, and I haven't been able to post it. But let's see. I've been playing a lot of Third Strike, and I just started playing. Well, I said that like I got like 40 hours on it. I probably have 20 hours on it in the last week, but that's only because I had a day where I was home alone because of our hurricane while my wife was at the in-laws' house because they have a propane stove and stuff. And then I had the day before that I played with my brother, and then I've played a couple days this week for like an hour. So.
And you played with me and did the review.
Oh yeah, and I played with you and did the review. So, I've been playing a lot of Third Strike. I played at about an hour of Duke Nukem. I'm just trying that. Craig let me borrow it. It's alright. So far it doesn't seem as bad as everybody's saying it is.
It's a straightforward shooter.
We'll see. We'll see. I'm only a fucking hour, not even an hour in there. But graphics look, I think, alright. Everybody said the graphics looked horrible, and I think they're wrong.
Oh, that's because the trailers that they were showing, graphics were a lot more polished than what they actually are in the game. Oh. So it's kind of like they falsified.
It still looks good to me. Somebody who wasn't
until you get in that scene where you're gonna hold an enemy by their neck and it's a close up and it is horrible graphics.
Okay.
Everything close up is pretty bad. Far away is pretty good.
So I've been playing a lot of Third Strike. I'm liking it. I'm trying to get good, but they really gotta fix the internet problem with the ranked matches, because I want to play ranked matches and I rarely get them, and when I do I get somebody that lives on ranked matches that just gets ranked matches all day long. So
you've got a couple of birds out here talking.
But yeah, no, that's really kind of rude.
Sounds like a fucking view.
But as for what am I thinking? As of this current moment, I'm thinking about the teaser trailer that I saw yesterday for Street Fighter Cross Tekken, in which it looks like Hayachi and Sean from Third Strike. It's kind of funny, Sean. Whatever. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right. First things first. I'm gonna put a link below, and I don't know how they do it, but I'm going to try it because I'm not that great with YouTube. Try and put a link up here. Fernando is at the Call of Duty XP event out in LA, I believe. I believe it's LA. It's in California. And it's basically where everybody gets to play Call of Duty together, and they get a good look at Modern Warfare 3. And he gets the free version of... he gets the free collector's edition that came with his ticket. Technically the price of the ticket. But he's going to be giving us videos from there. And his link to his YouTube channel will be below. And I'll also give him a shout out for making the intros for us now for our videos. Which I think I'm gonna use one on this video for an intro. Or maybe I'll do, since this is the last one in the technical season, I'll do this one regular. Then I'll start doing intros in the next one.
I'm gonna get my desktop bag given to me.
Yep. So, good job, Fernando, for that.
Thanks, Fernando.
Yep. Alright.
Let's see.
What happened in the news?
In the news,
Nothing.
Not too much. I was telling everybody I hadn't started my YouTube, so go and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I was trying to post videos every single day, but we got hit by a hurricane. And before we got hit by a hurricane, my computer got hit with a malfunction. A major malfunction. My hard drive died. So right now we're in the process of recovering the data that we can off my hard drive, switching it out to a new hard drive. So I shouldn't have a computer back. I mean, I can go online and I can comment on YouTube and stuff, but I can't post anything as of this point. So, yeah, also, one thing, I don't know if anybody knew this, but it came out of nowhere. I didn't see any announcement trailers or anything. Maybe it was during the hurricane. But they announced the boxer guy from Tekken. Me and Craig are trying to remember his name. We couldn't remember. And Dawson.
Is he Raven?
For Street Fighter Cross Tekken. They already announced Raven, but that's not what I'm talking about.
No. I know who he is, I'm just trying to think of the name.
So, they're announced now, and then there's two characters, it looks like, on the character select screen that haven't been announced, but they just showed the teaser trailer, which they said they will be revealing these two characters at something that goes on September 17th.
TGS? Tokyo Game Show.
Yeah.
That makes sense. If it's the last two, they're really going to show them off at Tokyo Game Show. Tokyo Game Show is Japan's E3.
And I just saw last night on Xbox Live, they had Todd something.
Todd Hollenshead.
Director of Elder Scrolls Skyrim and Elder Scrolls
You say director
Oblivion.
at Bethesda.
But yeah. Director.
Big wig of Bethesda.
He was talking about Skyrim, some of the details following the hero, as well as what's wrong with that?
I don't know what that is, but that is not steak.
Let me see it.
It looks veiny and cartilagey. You gonna eat that? It's fucking gross. Bro, that looked like a shredded ball sack and you just put it in your mouth. And here's what was in the ball sack.
Oh, now that's yucky.
Alright, so yeah, Dragon Voice. You were talking about Dragon Voice?
He was talking about the hero and the dragons and all that stuff. It seems so freaking cool, man. They said that the hero is what's called a dragonborn. Somebody who's born every once in a while that has the ability to understand the language of the dragons. So, he says throughout the game you acquire these things called dragon shouts, which everybody's probably heard of a little bit of, but he said
if you got Game Informer a couple months ago, you heard of it.
Yeah, they're pretty much like kick-ass magic spells that, like he used a couple of instances. He says like, you do one shout and it picks the wind up, so you're able to run 3 times as fast and stuff like that. So, that seems really cool. And then he said that, he was talking about the dragons, and he says the dragons, they really wanted to go for like the very picturesque ideology behind dragons that have always followed them like in movies and stuff, but he wanted to bring that into a game which hadn't been done yet, where like you see a dragon, and now dragons are obviously most of the time boss battles, but very admirable foes. And he said that you thought in Oblivion, like when you're being chased by a panther or a wolf, you're like, oh my god, get away from me. You thought that was hard. Try running from a dragon. He said the dragons are very deceivingly malleable, and they can get into areas that you wouldn't necessarily think they can get into, and they're very difficult to get away from. So, I talked about that, and it looks freaking godlike, man. I can't wait for that game.
It will be buggy.
Well, of course it will be buggy. He also said that he's maxing out the Xbox engine. They found new ways of utilizing it.
Well, it's going to be good. I'm not even going to say like, oh, I hope it's good. It's going to be good. It's Elder Scrolls. It's an Elder Scrolls. Oh, the light's still on.
Sweet.
I actually had some stuff. Anybody who still plays Red Dead Redemption, Rockstar's giving away more free DLC. And the middle of this month, September 13th, giving away a shit ton of stuff. A ton of maps, a ton of modes, and a ton of characters. I actually put that on the site, so I don't have to go too deep in that. There's also DLC coming for Portal, expansion pack for Portal 2, which is pretty cool. I don't know if it's gonna be free or not though.
They just came out with a bunch of DLC for Brink.
Yeah, if you want to pay for it, if you want to pay for that free DLC.
Yeah, they got really good reviews though on it.
Oh, good. Probably got higher reviews than the actual game itself.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Well, if you want to pay fucking $5,
I like the game.
yeah, you want to pay for it? I thought it was gonna be free DLC. That's another. You know what? Fuck you, Bethesda, for that. What is that shit? That was not free DLC. It's free to try for 2 weeks. You can't get on a leaderboard with it. It's stupid.
If anybody looked at Play Third Strike yet, and they noticed that it has content download on the bottom, and you're wondering, what the hell did you do that for? Then you go into the menu, it's like unlock deal, unlock dip switches. They've actually announced more DLC that's coming. They're going to have, first pack I think is going to have 6 more colors for every character, which is kind of cool, but they wanted to keep in mind that, 1, if people haven't downloaded the patch, then they will not see your color. They'll see you as like a default color. And 2, colors are not saved in replays. So keep that in mind before buying them. 2, they had another DLC thing they're talking about that sounds gay. I don't like it. But the third thing that sounded kind of cool is like a new replay mode. And the first replays that are going to be uploaded was they held a very top secret Third Strike tournament during the production of this game, where they have like the top 8 Third Strike players in the world, like 4 from America, 4 from Japan, participate in the tournament. And those are going to be preloaded in that replay channel, so you can watch that, which I'm excited to see. Let's see. Fighting game news. They're doing playtests for Street Fighter Arcade Edition 2012. In random spots, you can look it up on the internet. They have some location tests, as well as the new Persona fighting game.
New Persona 4 fighting game. So the characters from Persona 4, which honestly, I don't know who they are anymore, because I actually fell off the boat. I started to play Persona 3. Never finished it. But the thing that makes it exciting is that it's Persona characters. The Persona universe is really cool. That actually spun off Catherine. It's Axis who's making the game. So it definitely will be the prettiest 2D fighting game ever made. And probably the best looking fighting game made until they make the next Blaze Blue or the next Guilty Gear, because 2D ones always look sharp now. So it's definitely going to be good. Each character, technically you said there's 8 characters, right? I read the same thing you read. I saw 8 characters.
Looks like 8 characters, yeah.
But each character has 2 modes, so therefore there's 16 characters. I saw the same thing.
They're famous for making fighting games that don't have huge amounts of characters, but the characters have a huge amount of individuality.
Yeah.
Because Blaze Blue is like that. Blaze Blue's first, I think there was like 11 or 12 characters.
Some of the best qualities of Persona is the characters themselves. So I think that's going to be pretty cool. Obviously, more details are going to come at Tokyo Game Show, they said. I'm still not even sure if that game's coming to America. But as far as I know, it's only on PS3 right now. So it's import. Yeah, import it.
PS3 is region free.
Yeah, PS3 is region free. And then they're re-releasing Persona 4. I'm not even going to finish saying it because I don't remember if it's 4 or 3. They're re-releasing one of the Personas on PlayStation Network. If it's 4, I'm going to go back and pick it up. I actually wanted 4, and I never even bought it, I don't think. If I did, I traded it right back in.
Whoa!
I made myself sad now because I actually wanted to play the game.
Dude, if I thought about the regrets of all the games I've traded in my life, Craig and I used to suffer from a disease called play it, trade it syndrome.
Yeah.
It's where you go, you get your paycheck on a Thursday, you're like, I want a new game, even though I just got a game 2 days ago. But I'm kind of getting bored with that game. But you're not really bored with that game, you're just kind of bored with that game. And you're like, okay. So then you take this brand new game that you just paid $60 for. So you bring it back to the store, you get $20 store credit, you spend $40 out of pocket, then you get a new game. But the maximum your collection ever gets to is 3 or 4 games deep.
Yep.
And that's like on a really lucrative year. And you might have bought a couple buy 2 get ones or something. So
it was bad. I used to do systems.
So yeah, me too. I remember one time I was like, oh, I want an Xbox, so I traded in like my PlayStation and my GameCube to get an Xbox. And I was like, ah, cool, got an Xbox. I played it for a day. I'm like, I fucking hate Xbox. I'm like, oh my god, I want to get one of the other ones back, but now I can only get one, so I get like a PS2 back, and it would be like the worst week of my life. I started off the week with a PS2 and a GameCube and 30 games.
I used to do that
just a PS2 and 1 game.
I used to do that too. I remember I did that. I traded everything for my GameCube to get a PS2 because Manhunt was coming out. And then I traded in my PS2 because I wanted an Xbox because Ninja Gaiden was coming out.
Oh, I have something else I want to talk about. Once I get my YouTube back up, I want to do a new thing, a new segment. It's kind of, Craig's been doing a lot of classic game stuff. Yeah. And we're always talking at work, and I'm like, oh my god, did you play this game? He's like, no. And I'm like, oh, you gotta get this game. He's like, no. And I'm like, God. So I'm gonna do a new series called No Continues. And I'm just gonna videotape myself playing a classic Nintendo game. that I used to love as a kid, and the point of the whole thing is I'm going to play until I run out of lives, and they ask me to continue, and that's the end of the show. It's just pretty much to show how modern day people are still scrubs at Nintendo games, because Nintendo games were fucking hard.
You were only good at Nintendo games when you were a kid.
Yeah, you know what? Something funny? You say that, and it's so true. I played Astyanax about a month and a half ago for like an hour. Let's see how far I can get. I kept getting to the second level boss, and I vividly remember as a child being in the third level like all the time, like no continuous third level style. And I was playing it now, and I'm like, this game is impossible. There's no way to learn it. It's like it's totally luck at this point, and I could do it every time when I was a little kid. So that kind of pissed me off. Same thing with Ninja Gaiden. I used to be able to beat Ninja Gaiden 1, like, no problem. I tried to beat it a couple years ago. I get to the last level, I get to the boss. I'm like, how do you beat this guy? I can't beat this guy. This guy is impossible to beat. And that happens all the time with Nintendo games. You were always the best you would ever be when you were like 5, and you never realized it.
There's only one game that I retained skill in. No, Solomon's Key. But that's because I played it multiple stages of my life. Played it when I was a kid, played it as a teenager, played as an adult.
Mega Man X I'm really good at, but my brother's really good at Mega Man 2. But,
yeah.
Yep. But I love classic games.
Yeah. So we can expect
more
classic stuff on his channel.
Yeah, hopefully.
Fernando was even talking about doing classics.
I want to do some stuff like Ninja Gaiden. Or what other games do I think? Marble Madness.
Marble Madness is out.
Tiger Heli would be funny because he'd last 30 seconds. Could somebody tell me if there's a second level of Tiger Heli? I could never beat the first level. And one time I tried to cheat. I used a Game Genie for Infinite Life, and I got to the end of the first level. You know what happened? The first level started again. It was like a never-ending limbo of that first level. But Abadox, another one. I'm gonna be playing that.
Yeah, Aquadots. You're gonna roofie somebody. Never mind.
Stop making the camera uncomfortable, Craig. Let's see what else.
Just made my
a couple of good games are coming out this month, aren't they?
A couple of good games are coming out this month.
This 4.
This is a remake month. This is Ico. Or Eco, if you're an asshole. Ico and Shadow of the Colossus are coming out. The Silent Hill remakes are coming out. I believe the Metal Gear remakes are coming out. There's one more remake coming out.
Silent Hill?
I already said that. There's one more.
I don't know.
I think the Persona one.
Disgaea 4 is coming out.
Disgaea 4 is coming out. I'm not 100%. No, Batman comes out in October. For some reason I thought it was September. And Gears of War 3 comes out at the end of this month.
When does that Gears of War, not Gears of War, Metal Gear Rising come out?
Metal Gear Rising. Nobody knows when that game's coming out. Nobody knows when that game's coming out. That game will probably never come out. He's already working on a new game, and Rising's not even out yet.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't even know if Kojima's making Rising, but alright, that's whatever.
Yeah, that's whatever. What else we got to talk about here?
There's a lot of games bottlenecked right in the beginning of next month, man.
Yeah, from here on out, it's a pretty crazy year.
It is, because it starts out with the remakes, and then it goes right into Rage, Demon Souls. I'm trying to think of what else. October.
Demon Souls came out a couple years ago.
Dark Souls. Dark Souls and Rage come out on the same day. There's one more game that comes out on the same day as them too.
I know it's Marvel and Skyrim come out at like the same time, which is retarded.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something.
Modern Warfare comes out a week before.
You guys are lucky that Marvel comes out around Skyrim, because if it didn't, this is what their podcast would consist of. Hi, this is Craig, and this is Dan. Craig, tell me what you're thinking. Skyrim, what you been doing? Skyrim, tell me what you've been thinking. Skyrim. And he'd be looking at like his little cloth map he got in the Collector's Edition.
I'll be wearing it as a bib.
I'd be like, Craig, so what do you think about this? He'd be like, get across Vanderfall, I need to go past the mountains and the ogre. And I'd be over here playing with like my little silver coin. I'm like,
yeah. Oh yeah, I'm getting a collector's edition. I'm getting that dragon. I told Jen about it. I have no place for it.
I might take up hallucinogens again just so I can enjoy that game a little more.
I wish.
No. You get lost. Let me say, when you get stuck in limbo, you see like people who like die in their basement. I'm surprised we didn't see a lot of dead Oblivion and Morrowind players in their basement. They just got stuck because they were blazed and they were playing the game and they thought they lived there and they're like, why do I keep eating things and not getting food?
Elder Scrolls is so good. It has such power. You have no idea. Anybody who hasn't played Elder Scrolls, fucking shame on you.
Yeah.
Go get Elder Scrolls. Dude, I passed up sex playing Morrowind once, so that's...
Dude.
I completely ignored a girl who was at my house.
Elder Scrolls series is probably the best video game series ever.
Yeah.
Just because it's like... It's a whole nother realm of gaming that no other company can do. But Bethesda.
Well, I'm going to have to disagree with you on that.
Fine.
I like Fallout. But that's not fair because Fallout is just Elder Scrolls. Fallout 3 and on is Elder Scrolls with Fallout. It's Elder Scrolls Fallout
It's
Edition.
made by Bethesda.
I know.
I just said no one else can do it but Bethesda.
I thought you were saying no because you were saying greatest game series.
Oh. Until then Street Fighter wins, but obviously. But, no, I mean, like...
Oh, no, Bethesda is the best company.
The fabric of, like, the game is good for everybody.
It's the fabric of our lives.
Almost everybody who plays Elder Scrolls is like, I love this game. Like, literally, you look at half the people who work with us that have played Elder Scrolls, you say, hey, what are you doing on 11/11? They're like, I'm waiting in fucking line all goddamn day, and then I'm going to lose my wife and my children. They're like...
Elder Scrolls is the best because it's the game that you get your money's worth.
Yeah, and you get you spend the most time doing
Todd Hollenshead said this. Actually, he made himself sound like an idiot. He goes, all video games, and he's a developer, all video games should only cost $29.99. Except for Elder Scrolls. He did. He said that. He said games would sell more, and people would keep their jobs if all games were sold for $30. Except for Elder Scrolls. He kept saying that.
Because Elder Scrolls...
He said Elder Scrolls is the only game you get $60 worth out of.
Because let me tell you something. When you have a company that dedicates themselves to making such a good game to where they are not even willing to even close to think about releasing a game before a 5-year mark...
Yeah.
Come on. That's half of Duke Nukem, and Duke Nukem got put on hold forever.
Yeah.
Okay? And they consistently developed this game throughout the entire...
That's what
You're not supposed to call me out. Right?
They made it consistently.
Yeah, throughout the whole entire 5 years. It's not like they just are like, oh, okay, we gotta wait 5 years, and they start making it 6 months before it's released. They frickin' start drawing rocks and making fucking pebbles and branches and going on little like hikes just so they could find a new leaf look.
Yeah, it's like motion capture.
It's so unreal the amount of effort that goes into these games.
I'm gonna put this one's gonna be titled Season Finale Bethesda Edition.
Yeah, if Bethesda was
or Elder Scrolls Edition.
A guy, I'd be gay.
Alright, that's enough.
Alright, wicked. I'd be so gay. I'd be wearing a pink shirt right now.
I'm stopping the podcast here because 90% of it's all gay for Bethesda.
Okay.
Hey, actually, Bethesda, since we're like promoting the shit out of you, maybe you can send us free dragon statues. Or
demo betas.
A demo. I don't want an advanced copy of the game though. We look through forums and people don't respect places who get advanced copies of games.
I don't want respect. I want
I want an advanced copy of the game. I want a dragon, and I want Todd Hollenshead to sign the balls of the dragon.
And I'll even learn how to do dragon shouts all by myself.
Yeah.
And I'll send you a little YouTube video of me doing dragon shouts in my underwear.
I can speak Dwemer. No, I can't.
I once went at Dwemer Ruins with nothing but my...
With the keening.
No armor on. Like a jump higher in Morrowind.
Yeah. I can beat it with... No, I can't. I was going to say. I'll beat the game with just the keening.
That's how much of a fan I am. I just told you that I could jump higher if I left my broadsword at home. Remember that. Alright? And also, by the way, where the heck did my staff of worms go? I went to put it in the display case.
It disappeared in the wall?
Yeah.
Mine too.
When I opened the case, well, the problem was I put it on top of the case, I opened the door pushed against the wall, and then it just went...
Every time I made a night eye charm called doo-doo butter. It was a necklace. And I put it on my shelf because I had permanent night eye at that point. Disappeared in the wall.
Yep.
In my house in Bruma.
No, mine was in Skingrad, the best one. Because
they got all the necrophiliac. Yeah.
They got all the chests when you upgrade all the way.
I gotta stop. You would stop this podcast right now.
Right, wait, I just gotta say one more thing, okay? I liked Oblivion so much that when I bought the Wizard's Keep expansion pack where you get the Wizard's Castle, I decided to move everything from all my drawers in Skindred all the way to Skingrad all the way to the wizard's castle. So what I did was I made like 5 spells to make me be able to like carry tons of stuff, right? So what I did was I just kept carrying all this stuff, and I would go to the wizard's castle. I would just drop it in the main lobby. I'm like, I'll sort through it after. I went back to my house, grab all the stuff, go back, drop it, sort through it after. Guess what happened? I got to a point where I dropped shit and the game froze. Every time I'd load, it froze. So what I ended up having to do was go in the door, pick up a bunch of stuff, and get out real quick. Because if I didn't do that, then I had to like slowly bring down the cache memory from that room, or else my game froze constantly.
I did that with the Thieves' Den. You know, the pirate ship?
Yep.
And then they had, what was the other one?
The
lair.
Yeah, the one where you can
the underwater one.
Yeah.
That was badass.
No, but you know what else? This is how pathetic I was in that game. Then, after I finally got it so it didn't freeze, I took all those items upstairs in that one attic area where there's 40 chests, and I separated them. I organized them alphabetically and by types. I'll be like, all right, axes are there, long swords are there, armors are there, rare armors are here, we got rings here.
All right.
And then I made an agility spell so I could jump on top of the church.
We're going. Okay.
You better have brought back Fly, by the way, especially if I'm fighting dragons. God.
Yeah, bring back Fly. What the fuck is it?
Faster. I better dragon shout my ass into the sky like, and then fly. That shit kick ass. Be throwing axes.
You know what they should do? They should bring back Fly, and they should take away quick travel. Fast traveling.
Yeah, take that shit
away. Take that shit away and put Mark and Recall back.
I had 500 hours on Morrowind and I didn't do shit.
Put Mark and Recall back in, because that was a good fast travel that you had to manage properly.
You had to man up and own that one, too.
It would be cool if you could put down 2 marks and then have your Recall.
Mark 1, Mark 2?
That would be awesome.
And
is that when you can mark yourself outside of a dungeon and then back to a town?
Yeah, I got 140 hours in Oblivion and I have every single achievement. Only reason I don't have one achievement is because for some reason it thinks that, what was it, Guardian of the Fighters Guild comes after Master of the Fighters Guild, which it doesn't, just didn't give me the freaking achievement. Besides that, I have every other achievement. It only took me 140 hours. Yeah. I have 500 hours on Morrowind, and I think I farted maybe in every region. That's pretty much all I did.
Morrowind was huge.
Morrowind was huge and there was no fast travel. You wanted to go to Vivek, you had to freaking walk 5 hours and then
you had to take a boat.
Swim, and then you had to fly at the speed of smell.
Or a Silt Strider. They should bring those back. Alright.
Cricket swings. Alright, that should be it. This
Alright, everybody. Have a good one. If you actually like us talking about Elder Scrolls, trust me, we could do a whole podcast dedicated to it. You can just tell us in the comments below. Okay.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.